Hi, my name is Cherie, Yanek, Churchill Librarian. Today we are reading No Voice Too Small, 14 Young Americans Making History. This book is edited by Lindsay H. Metcalf, Keila V. Dawson, and Jeanette Bradley, and it's illustrated by Jeanette Bradley. I love this book because I find it incredibly inspirational because sometimes we feel like when we're a kid that we can't really do very much. And this book shows you that these kids, these young Americans, were able to make really serious, impacting change. So I hope you enjoy this book and find it as inspirational as I did. And there are a few quotes right here. We can't delay anymore. Levi Draheim. We are the change we've been waiting for, and we are the change we seek. Sierra Fields. I can do anything. I can make a difference, and it's amazing. Judy Adams. I am using my voice to spread the message of love. DJ Annie Red. We can all help rise to the top and help other kids who are in the next generation and the next generation of people who want to help change this world. Marley Dias. It's hard to hate someone you know. Zia Ahmed. You have the ability to change your own life and the world around you. Jennings. Amplify, a reverso poem by Lindsay H. Metcalf. No voice is too small to solve a problem that's big. A movement can spark within you, your family and friends, your community, your country, within your world. You see a struggle? Speak the truth for others to watch changes and ripple forward. Ripple forward changes, watch for others to speak the truth. You see? A struggle within your world, your country, your community, your family and friends within you can spark a movement that's big. To solve a problem, no voice is too small. Meet 14 young Americans who opened hearts, challenged minds, and changed our world. Each activist inspired a poet who relates to an aspect of the activist's identity. Along the way, find tips for how you, too, can use your voice to make some noise and make a difference. This is DJ Annie Red, the Anti-Bullying Ambassador. Spoken word poem by Charles Waters. Amazing poet he is. This undeniable whirlwind of energy, proudly representing the People's Republic of Brooklyn, is stationed at her DJ booth, spinning the wheels of steel, taking on bullies with her verbal flow, letting them know their domineering ways have got to go. Her mission? To heal our fractured hearts, one beat at a time. When kids teased Samira Horton for her low, raspy voice, she used a microphone to speak even louder. At age 6, she learned how to work a set of turntables and gave herself the stage name DJ Annie Red. Samira raps her song, No You Won't Bully Me, to empower children in her hometown and across the nation. A scratchy voice will stick with people. Set your message to music and people will hum it all day. Zia Ahmed, Defy. And this is a ballad poem by Henna Khan. Talk to me, bring it in, tell me something new. Help me see the many ways I'm just the same as you. Ask me why, hear me out, honor what I say. Together we'll defy the hate with one small step each day. Tell your story, raise your voice, prove how much kids care. Join with me to make this world a place we're proud to share. Growing up Muslim, Zia Ahmed had been treated unfairly, but he also knew that it's hard to hate someone you know. So at 14, he had face-to-face conversations with almost everyone at his high school. Then he created an online platform where students shared their stories and encouraged others to accept everyone for who they are. His TEDx teen talk about using personal connections to stop hate has been viewed all over the world. You can break down stereotypes when you speak out and when you listen. Judy Adams, my name is Judy. And this is a free verse poem by Fiona Morris. I am your friend. I am your cheerleader. I make wishes come true just like that. My gifts I give to all dreamers who dream big. My path is my own and my inspiration untamed, listening for other voices to speak clear and loud for all to hear. I listen to the song coming from inside your heart, and I put inspiration into a jar, one by one, dime by dime. While I gather wishes like stars, will make them all come true to shine. Judy Adams didn't like to see her mother cry. Her mom wanted to grant a wish to a young man with Down syndrome, but she hadn't raised enough money. So 12-year-old Judy created Dimes for Down syndrome, a quest to collect 1 million dimes. Judy also led others as a high school cheerleader and gymnastics coach for kids who have special needs. She speaks out about living with Down syndrome. Small change adds up. Collect coins in a container you decorate yourself. Where will you donate the money? It's a great idea. Levi Draheim, The Rising Tide, a free verse poem by Jeanette. The rain falls, the wind howls, the ocean is on the rise, and we are on the run again. I live on a barrier island as flat as a Florida pancake, with the sea as my front door whispering, it's time to go. And every time we flee, I wonder, how can some people think this isn't real? I keep hearing there's no such thing as climate change, but I know the seas are rising. I can see it. Maybe they don't care about our future, but you want to know what else can rise up? Me. I can become the sea of change, a tide that won't stop. If adults won't stand up for our future, then I will. Because somebody's got to act like a grown-up around here, even a kid like me. Levi Draheim feared that the seas would swallow his home in Florida before he could grow up and become a marine biologist. In 2015, at age 8, he signed on as the youngest of 21 kids who sued the United States government for failing to act on climate change. The lawsuit aimed to force the government to limit the use of fossil fuels and restore a stable climate. Changing laws can take a long time. Work with friends to help keep you energized. These are some pretty amazing stories so far. What do you think? Thumbs up? Because I am definitely thumbs up here. Jennings, Free. A free verse poem by S. Bear Bergman. They gave me the ball and I ran with it, Jazz says. As far and as fast as I could. The tiniest snippet on the soccer field, but she never felt small. Do what you want and be proud of what you can do, Jazz says. Even if people might say you're selfish. That's just what they say about girls who are confident. When she got the chance to speak, she took it and taught us. Ran trans awareness forward down the field, fast and free. I was a rascal, Jazz says. But when the time came, I knew what I could do. I always knew. When she was 3, Jazz Jennings told her parents that she isn't a boy. She's a girl. Then she proudly told the world. Jazz is many things. Public speaker, author, television star, and clothing designer. A lot more than I am, and she's a lot younger, wow. But first she was an athlete. When her local girls' soccer team banned Jazz from playing, she and her family took the fight to the United States Soccer Federation. Now, thanks to Jazz, transgender soccer players nationwide can play on teams aligned with their gender. Just be you, not the you others expect, the you inside. Loving yourself can break down barriers. All right. Sierra Fields, Who's She? 2 Cinquain poems by Tracy Sorrell. Who's she? A Cherokee girl. A jingle dress dancer. Traditional arts creator, honored. Who's she? Youth advocate. A cancer survivor. Strong voice for the voiceless victims, mighty. Sierra Little Waterfields began sharing information about her experiences with skin cancer when she was 12. She traveled and spoke out to improve healthcare in the Cherokee Nation. One day, when she was far from home, a man sexually assaulted her. She refused to keep the attack a secret. Telling and writing her story empowered her and gave other Native women courage to speak of their own pain. The truth is powerful. Revealing it can change attitudes. Noah Barnes, Marching for a Cure, a Tanka sequence by Lindsay H. Metcalf. Diabetes is insulin shots in public, finger pricks, blood tests. Enough, Noah Barnes decides. If there's a cure, I'll find it. He and Dad pack gear, GPS, snacks, sunscreen, meds. Marching like ants, they inch across the map. Key West to the opposite corner. Wow, that's really far. Marble steps lead to governors, doctors, donors. He speaks. They promise to work as hard as his shoes. Then time for school on the road. War sites. Trail of tears. Rockies rise, shins scream, sugars drop, cheese puffs revive. Forge on through the heat, rain, and pain. Kid versus disease. He builds his future by foot, 22 million feet, on his coast-to-coast path. How many more till a cure? Through a year he turned 11, Noah Barnes wore through 11 pairs of shoes while crossing the entire country on foot. The purpose of Noah's march, his 4,240-mile trek from Key West, Florida to Washington State's border with Canada, was to inspire people to help cure his disease, type 1 diabetes. Noah and his dad walked about 20 miles a day, stopping along their route to talk with reporters, politicians, and locals about the challenges of living with childhood diabetes. Join or organize a local charity walk to raise money and awareness for a cause you care about. Jaslin Charger, Water Protector. A free verse poem by Joseph Brucock. We need the river more than it needs us. We saw it was time for us to stand up against the black snake that would poison our earth and destroy our water. Like that snake of despair that led too many of our sisters and brothers to give up on this life. Ever since the first Europeans came up with the swirling waters, Aminsose, our elders have tried again and again to teach them to respect its blessings. Now it is our time. Our new generation will not give up this sacred struggle. It is for our lives, for all of our relations. At age 19, Jaslin Charger set up camp with a few friends near Shone, the Lakota name for what colonizers call the Missouri River. They were protesting the construction of a pipeline that threatened to leak oil into the water, which supplies drinking water for the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, as well as millions of people downstream. Jaslin led the 2 long-distance protest runs, one all the way to Washington, D.C. Thousands more water protectors joined her protest on the reservation in North Dakota. Leaders don't work alone. Join a group or start one to take action. Maria Copeny, Little Miss Flint, a concrete poem by Carol Boston Rutherford. Some things can be bottled. Like water, for example. Bottled water is a lifeline for communities where water is not fit to drink. Like Flint, Michigan, for example, their lead pipes poisoned the water, sickening many who drank it or bathed in it. Luckily, water can be bottled, but some things can't. Like Mary Copeny, who at age 8 years old wrote a letter to President Obama asking for his help. He flew to Flint to meet with Mari. But she didn't stop there. She raised funds for bottled water, kids' backpacks, and movie tickets. If we could bottle Mari's courage, commitment, and compassion, Flint would have clean water. Justice would flow like a river, and no one would thirst. Mari Copeny became an activist at age 8 because her life depended on it. In 2014, the town of Flint, Michigan began to get its water from a new and cheaper source. Treated improperly, the Flint River water corroded city pipes and became contaminated with lead and other toxins. The stinky brown water caused rashes and other sicknesses. And doctors warn that long-term exposure to lead damages children's brains, blood, digestive systems, kidneys, and more. Years after Mari first opened bottles of water to take a bath and help her family cook, she still speaks out about the importance of safe water as Little Miss Flint. In your city or state, who has the power to make things change? Write them a letter and ask for what you need. This book is really inspirational. Zach Wahls, With All Due Respect, a triolet poem by Leslie Newman. I love my mothers more than words can say. They love me and they love each other too. We're family in each and every way. I love my mothers more than words can say. Straight or bi or trans or queer or gay, all couples have the right to say, I do. I love my mothers more than words can say. They love me and they love each other too. At 19, Zach Wahls spoke before Iowa lawmakers about his experience growing up with two mothers. The speech went viral. Zach had learned in Boy Scouts that if he saw a problem, he needed to act. So he used his internet fame to start Scouts for Equality, the organization led the Boy Scouts of America to end its discriminatory practice of not allowing gay members. In 2019, Zach became an Iowa state lawmaker to continue his work towards equality. Speak from your heart. Focus your message on your passion, and people will listen. Right. Nza-Ari Rice, The Orange Tree, an elegy poem by Andrea J. Loney. The seed was Hadia's smile, gone far too soon. The sprout arose from Zia-Ahmed's choice to honor the life of her friend through compassion and action. The roots intertwined her classmates' dreams of a neighborhood, city, state, and country free from gun violence. The fruit bore the color of a hunter's vest, the color that shouts, "Protect me! Don't shoot! My life matters." Project Orange Tree first bloomed at one school on the south side of Chicago, but as more seeds fell, it spread into an orchard across an entire nation of grieving students, friends, families, and communities all shouting, "Enough." When Nza-Ari Rice was 16, her friend Hadia Pendleton was shot and killed. Working through her grief, Nza-Ari joined friends and neighbors to raise awareness about gun violence in Chicago. They hosted open mic events, candlelight vigils, and a day of fasting and wearing orange. Nza-Ari's grassroots organization grew from Project Orange Tree into the national Wear Orange campaign, embraced by celebrities and politicians. Now, National Gun Violence Awareness Day happens every June in honor of Hadia's birthday. Host a color-themed day at your school or in your community to get people thinking about a cause you care about. All right. Okay, Viridiana Sanchez Santos, quinceañera at the Capitol, un baile de movimiento, so a dance of movement. An onomatopoeic poem by Guadalupe Garcia McCall. Click, click, clash. Let these heels assert our stance. We are beautiful, yes we are. We are important, and we belong. Swish, swish, swoosh. Let our skirts flare up like wings. We are fearless, yes indeed. We are worthy and we are strong. Click, click, clash. Let our sashness scream and shout. We have dignity, yes we do. We have courage and we have pride. Swish, swish, swoosh. We crown our heads and hold them high. This is a dance you cannot have. This is a dance we will not sit out. Here on the steps of this Capitol, the dance belongs to us. Click, clack, clash. No mas. In 2017, Viridiana Sanchez Santos was concerned that part of a new Texas law allowed police to demand immigration papers of anyone. Viri didn't have them. Her fear of deportation turned into an action when she realized that police might target brown people. She dug out the dress she had worn for her quinceañera, her 15th birthday celebration. Then she rallied 14 friends and sashayed to the Texas State Capitol in protest. They called their graceful show of power quinceañera at the Capitol. Throw a protest party. Use music, dance, and fun to attract an audience. Wow. Adora Svitak. Adults Can Learn from Kids. A free verse poem by Jeanette Wong. The best and the brightest adults in the world, activists, artists, authors, educators, engineers, mathematicians, musicians, and scientists, laughed in disbelief and delight when Adora Svitak, 12 years old, told them, adults can learn from kids. It bordered on scolding when she challenged them to turn kids into better adults than you have been. She seemed so adult already, someone who had left childhood behind an old laptop and hundreds of stories ago. Now we wait and hope that what she said will come true. We need you, the ones who will bring this world forward. Adora Svitak began writing down her ideas about technology, reading, technology, and the power of youth at age 4. At 8, she published a book of writing tips and taught her first class. A video of her speech, What Adults Can Learn from Kids, captivated millions of grown-ups nationwide. Hundreds of stories, articles, and speeches later, Adora has been honored by a national group of teachers for her efforts to improve education. Education changes hearts, even in adults. Research your topic and use what you have learned to tell an adult why you are seeking change. Marley Dias Once, a free verse poem by Nikki Grimes. Once a girl named Marley, hardly older than you, tired of tripping over the invisible spaces on her 5th grade reading list. Mysteriously missing were stories starring girls who looked like her. What are you going to do about it? Asked her mom. The question swept her out to the sea of her own imagination. Riding the waves, she dreamed of schools with black girl stories stacked till they skimmed the sky. Oh, thought Marley suddenly, that's what I can do. Back she swam to the world of now, heart dancing to the rhythm of a new idea. She'd gather a mountain of books, boasting characters, as sun-drenched as she, for schools and libraries near and far. Little by little, Marley Dias has become a literacy star. Thousands of books later, her dream is still coming true. It's your turn now. Close your eyes, dream a little, imagine what you can do. So, I like this one, obviously. As a librarian and a big reader, I love her efforts. Marley Dias loved to read and wanted to read more books featuring girls who looked like her. She thought other black girls deserved that too. So Marley launched the hashtag 1000 Black Girl Books social media campaign with the goal of collecting 1,000 books. In the first year, 8,000 books flooded to her school and to others around the world. Marley speaks all over the country and has a book of her own called Marley Dias Gets It Done, and so can you. Break big problems into small steps. Ask others to help you take the first step. Make some noise! A free verse poem by Keila V. Dawson, Jeanette Bradley, and Lindsay H. Metcalf. Sometimes we see a problem and our hearts ache and we think, someone should do something. But who is the someone and what is the something? These 14 young Americans chose to be the someone who spoke up, stood up, leaped on stage. They took the mic, made small voices big, and did something to change our world. Each of us can be the someone who does something. We can speak our heartache, sing our joy, and share our dreams. We may be small, but we can roar. Not sure how to start? Ask yourself, what is the problem? Why do I care? Why are things the way they are? Who has the power to make change? Who else cares about this issue? What adults or groups can support me? What do I want? When do I want it? Who am I trying to convince, and what's the best way to reach them? All right, so this book has a lot of really nice pictures in here, and I'm going to read a few final quotes from the end. I can believe in myself, Noah Barnes. We can't wait for the adults to fight for us. We have to fight for ourselves, Jaslin Charger. I don't back down from tough fights. I'm willing to speak the truth to power. Wahls. You're never too young or too small to change the world. Copeny. We have to show people we have a voice. We don't have to be scared. Viridiana Santos. Capture that early magical spirit that you had as a kid where you don't quite know your own limitations. Adora Svitak. Think small to get your big goals. Nza-Ari Rice. Resonate, a haiku on the back cover. No voice is too small to solve a problem that's big. Change ripples forward. I hope you enjoyed this long but fascinating book. Thanks for listening and keep on reading.